Hi. So, I want to discuss this topic about taking breaks. For someone who works a lot and works like 10 to 12 hours a day, I realized that taking breaks is so important to kind of um, rewire your brain and kind of feel refreshed. So, like for me, I have a full-time job, and I'm also working on my jewelry brand, building my brand, creating collections and creating samples, doing custom orders. So for me, it's like I work like all the time. Yeah, so almost 10 to 12 hours minimum. So for me, I realized when I just feel so overwhelmed, when I don't have motivation, the days, if you know, all of us have those days when you're just existing. You don't feel like doing anything, you don't feel motivation to do anything, you lose focus and you think, why am I doing this? Who am I doing this for? Why I exist? you know, and you lose all sight of your life's purpose and everything else. So just I realized taking break, and I'm not just saying coffee break or watching a movie break. I'm talking about maybe taking a month or 15 days at least. 15 days is like least amount of break you can take because less than that your brain needs to unplug, come back to its um, rested state and focus on your health, feeling positive about life in general, not just about your work, but feeling positive about yourself, your existence, and connecting with your family, your friends. It is so important to connect with your friends and your family and share with them your life's journey. And you don't know who can inspire you and what conversation can bring you clarity or the spark you need. um, so coming back to the subject, taking a break, like for me, so I am on a 2 month break right now. That's the minimum I've set for myself. Break from my job, but I still am working on my business, but not whole day. Like I work for around 3 to 4 hours, 2 hours, 3 hours, but my main focus is to rest. If I don't feel like working that day, I don't work. So if there is something urgent, I'll do it. Otherwise, I'm on a break. My mind is not in work mode right now. So and before I started this break, I was like not focusing on my health, not focusing on the right foods to eat, not focusing on nourishing my body, my mind. Only thing I could think about was work, and I kind of drained myself. And since I've started doing this break, taking this since I started this break, I feel every day my happiness, internal happiness quotient is increasing. Like every day I feel happier than the previous day. Yes, there are moments where you feel a little wonky or you feel sad or I don't know because of certain things in your life. But still, like I'm focusing on eating healthy food, taking good night rest, watching interesting movies. I started knitting, and focusing on your hobbies is a big part of keeping your brain sharp. And especially if you're a creative person, you know, all the creative people out there. I mean, making money is one part, but to rest and not stress about productivity or creating something groundbreaking. In my opinion, stress is sometimes good when you have to deliver something, but for creative people to tap into that creativity and tap into creating new ideas, you need to kind of give yourself that break. And because when you are designing, you need to think of new things, and to get in that zone, that mental frame of mind, I've realized for me sleeping is like my go-to. When I'm rested, when I'm well slept, and I've eaten like amazing home cooked food, and I've had my chai, and I'm connecting with earth, with nature, talking to my family, and being happy, laughing. I think I've felt the most creative, and my brain thinks about like interesting ideas in those moments when I'm stress free, and I'm happy, and I'm enjoying myself, enjoying life apart from work and achieving something in life and blah blah blah, all these man-made things we have in our in today's society. Like, yes, achieving the next goal, achieving this, achieving that. I mean, that's one part of life, but like, it's an art to keep it on the side for some time and forget about it, and just come back to yourself. Take that much needed break, not stress yourself, because it's a everybody, like a lot of people have glamorized stress, and especially this American culture where it's like go go go, work 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 all the time. I mean, yeah, it is important, but not at the cost of your health, not at the cost of not connecting with your family, your friends, enjoying life. I mean, you work to live, not live to work. I think some people have got it wrong, and they end up, they are just. I feel those people are just servants of these materialistic desires. I mean, I too am materialistic. I'm not saying I'm not materialistic. I'm a jewelry designer, for God's sakes. I love big diamonds. I love working and money and what it brings, the kind of happiness money can bring. I mean, um, but the thing is, in last 5 to 10 years, 5 to 7 years, I've realized money um, is important, and the luxury. Like, people think that maybe buying Louis Vuitton and Christian Dior and, I don't know, buying Lamborghinis that's luxury. No, that is luxury in a materialistic sense, but the real luxury is to buy your own time and spend that time with yourself, with your family, in and making meaningful connections with right people in your life who uplift you, who support you in your bad times and good times. And that's the real luxury. And having the freedom to be there with your loved one in their worst moments, or support your sister, or support your mother, aging mother, and be there for her, and like, like enjoying the time with her. Because I mean, these moments will never come back. And like, for me, I spend a lot of time with my mother because she's retired now and my father has passed away. And she was so depressed, but because I made sure I talked to her every day, at least 3 to 4 times, and I am supporting her emotionally, being there for her, helping her to tap into her creativity. She is brilliant. Like, she's She worked with the bank whole her entire life, and apart from that, she's so talented. Like, she can knit, she can sew, and not just like basic stuff, like advanced stuff. You know, she was very famous in Haridwar for her knitting skills and her stitching skills among all the ladies, and she over time she kind of let go of it because of family responsibilities and life responsibilities. But now that she has the time, and I am pushing her to get into knitting and exploring that side of her, and it gives me joy. I feel so happy that I'm able to do that. And the money I'm earning, it is giving me that freedom to be there with my mother, and not and stay stuck, or and not stuck somewhere working and not being able to talk to, like, spend time with my family. I mean, that's the luxury I'm talking about. And the breaks you take from work are so necessary, not just to travel or spend time with your, or just party with your friends and just show off your wealth. That's not what life is all about. Life is about staying true to yourself and being yourself and being able to take your own decisions, and that's what you should use money for, and being independent and not depending on anybody for anything. And yeah, and these breaks will give you that time to reflect and ground yourself in your reality and what you want your life to be, and not let other people influence your decisions and how you want to live your life. Set your own rules. I mean, that's the new flex, I think. That I think that's the new luxury, where you are able to live your life how you want to live your life, especially as a woman in India. If you're able to do that, I mean, you're the best. You're the luckiest, not best. I mean, you're the luckiest woman. I mean, for me, I think I am eternally grateful for my parents to get me educated, and they've provided everything I ever needed, and I wish I can do the same thing for them. And yeah, I mean, that's what life is all about, to live your life on your terms. And yeah, I think this break is giving me this insight, and I feel alive, I feel powerful, I feel amazing. I mean, I'm grateful, eternally grateful to the universe and the God, if it exists. Um, so yes, the gist of the story is take breaks, long breaks, not just sotta breaks, but long breaks where you can ground yourself, reprioritize your life, and increase your happiness, which the happiness I'm talking about, which you can only give to yourself, no one else. So yeah, I hope it resonates with you. And yeah, if you have some comments, please leave them in the comment section, and I'll get back to you. And yeah, let me know how do you take breaks, and how long you take breaks, and what gives you the happiness, what motivates you. Okay, bye.